Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to this week's project. This week I'm turning a piece of Maine maple. I am using a faceplate to attach it to the lathe. As you can see, the 4-jaw chuck is still there. I have to take that off before I attach it. I've had this piece drying since May 2021 and it's at about 10% moisture content. Starting out as usual with the Carter & Son bowl gouge. Even though this piece is mostly round, it still needs to be trued up. It wasn't perfectly round. Stopping to check the progress. A little bit more to go to true it up on the outside, and then I will start working on the bottom and the foot. Now that it is perfectly round on the outside, I'll start on the foot, on the bottom, still with the Carter & Son bowl gouge. And as usual, I'm going to link all the tools and products that I use in this video in the video description. So be sure to check it out if there's something you're interested in, or leave me a comment if you have a question about something. I do respond to all comments. So if you have a question, there's a chance that I will be able to answer you. As you saw when this piece was stopped, it did have some chainsaw marks, and so it needed to be trued up on the bottom as well. Now that it's mostly flat, I can start turning the mortise and the foot. Hey, if you haven't heard yet, I do have a Teachable class that is going to be online and available in the next few days. You can go to teachable.com and check it out. There is a link in the video description if you want to learn more. It's very reasonably priced and will be good information if you're thinking about getting started in wood turning, or you're new to wood turning and want to learn the ins and outs of it. So check it out, link in description. Back to the turning at hand. Using multiple tools here. This is the skew chisel, and I'm finalizing the mortise, and then back to the bowl gouge to take a lot of material off the side. So taking off that material on the side to shape it like a bowl. And this footage was a mistake. I didn't mean to hit slow motion, but since I did, I thought I would share it with you. Usually you see me turning in like 4 times speed. Now this slow-mo is kind of interesting. And now that the slow-mo is over, stopped the lathe and checked the progress, and now defining the foot a little bit more in the mortise. Sometimes they have to be sort of re-trued up. And I wasn't happy with sort of the shape of the bowl at this point. I wanted it to be, I wanted more material removed to look, so it didn't look as bulky, so that's what I'm doing here. And here. taking it off the lathe here, I will attach the 4-jaw chuck and remove the faceplate. And then remount it on the lathe. At this point it's in the 4-jaw chuck, and here I am tightening that. It's always good to double check, even if you think you've tightened it. And as you can see that it's uneven on the top, which is expected and really what I wanted, because I want the rim to be uneven and to be natural. There's going to be no color or anything on this. This is going to be all natural, so looking to bring out the beauty in the wood. And on to the hollowing. Carter and Son bowl gouge again. I always stop to make sure everything's okay. Some people have asked about sharpening and mentioning when I sharpen, how often. On this project I stopped probably 4 times to sharpen. I'm trying to be better about stopping to sharpen because obviously it gets cleaner cuts. Sometimes I get into it and don't want to stop, but so 4 times on this one. Changing out the tool rest here. This is the Robust Interior Curved Tool Rest. If you watch my channel, you know I've talked about it quite a bit, but if you haven't purchased one yet, check it out on Amazon. There's a link in the video description. And I never thought I would use it as much as I did. Like, this is a shallow bowl, for example, and I thought I could just tilt the regular tool rest in, and I probably could, but this makes it so much safer. So if you're thinking about getting one, definitely check out the link, because I think it's money well spent. Using the Carter & Son 1-inch scraper here. And I'm going to stop, sand. That sounded like a song. It sounded like I was going to break out into a song. But I won't, I promise. That would be torture. I sanded from 80 to 400 grit on this piece. And I have to take care of some cracks. They're not all the way through. They're not terrible, but certainly needed to be filled so that they didn't crack any further, and it gave it some stability and strength. Using Starbond CA glue and accelerator there. I have a discount code for that. It is in the video description. After applying denatured alcohol, I am using some 400 grit to kind of denib that before using the air hose and applying sanding sealer. You can get a preview here of what it's going to look like, but it will look even better than this, promise. Using quadruple zero steel wool to denib this after the sanding sealer has dried. And then on to one of my favorite parts, using the Axe abrasive paste and then polishing paste. So easy to use and gives it such a nice finish. There is a discount code for Axe in the video description. Stopping to admire the finish so far. This step is the Axe polishing paste. I recently posted on my Instagram that I had traveled. It was a "Where's Waldo?" question, and a couple people got it right. It was Jack's Beach in Jacksonville, Florida. I traveled to St. Augustine, Florida for the holiday and spent, I don't know, 10 days or so there. Back in Maine now. Here are some beauty shots. Be sure to leave me a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. That would be amazing. And if you have watched until the end, please comment down below slow-mo. Slow-mo. That way I know you've watched to the end. Be sure to check me out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that great stuff. Until next week, peace out.